Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at detectrader.com. It is Tuesday night, August the 6th, and these are the charts of the day. I'm going to show you a few longs and a few shorts, but it's going to be quick and simple, as I believe this is kind of a critical time in the market. And I want you guys and gals to look carefully at the markets here and be very careful about making sure you have stops at every position, both day trades as well as swing trades. Let's start off with HIMX, which had a big day today, popping 58 cents or 9% on 14 million. Not the biggest volume in a couple weeks. You can see the falling wedge after the big breakaway gap on the Google News and the run up a few days reached a resistance zone. The stock backed right off of there, came down in kind of a channel or falling wedge, held at 20 and lateral price support here, and again here, and today the pop. Now if we can get it up across 715 tomorrow, I think we get a run up at the 770 area, at which point we'll see if we can get a breakout. There is resistance up around 819, the high back in May, but if you step back and look at the overall package, I think we're looking at something around 9 short term, 12 intermediate term or better. Reggie, renewable energy growth has been wonderful all year. After breaking out of the base, it ran up steadily in March, April, May. Formed a nice coil, a bull coil for about 4 weeks. Broke out and flagged and popped, but couldn't follow through. Backed off, formed a coil, popped, and it's in a 4-day flag. But look where the resistance is, just above. Now it was up a small fraction today, but watch carefully the level around 1570.75. Once we get through that level, I think this is going to run to at least mid-channel around the 1718 zone, and then potentially in the low 20s. That's what I'm looking for Reggie. SR had a monstrous move 4 days ago and has been sitting here coiling ever since. The best way to look at it is on an hourly basis. You can see the coil that's set up. And in particular, the last few hours, it's gotten very quiet and very narrow and very low volume. I'm anticipating a break to the upside and run to 19. And if that accelerates beyond that, maybe even mid-20s is doable. We'll just have to see what develops out of this. And of course, some support around 1250.60 in here would be key. STSX, monster move in the last few days. It had that 1-day pop out, 2-day pullback. That held support, exploded Thursday, up again Friday. Friday and up again Monday, and today was up another small fraction. Notice the 3 days in a row up. Now I'm anticipating the possibility, one of two things here. Either it extends right up towards 14, 15 zone, or pulls back towards the 7.5 area where it may be a very interesting buy depending on whether it drifts lower or comes down heavy volume. But keep your eye on the STSX. And lastly today is UNXL, which appears to have come out of a coil pattern, basing type formation. But an important part about today is the volume increase to 1.4 million, the best in about 3 weeks. And more importantly, the stock popped across the 50-day moving average and may very well be in the process of testing about the 1865 area. Once it gets through that, you can look for 21.5. Let's turn our attention to the short side for a minute. And we'll start off with ACN. Now, once I saw this little head and shoulder top here, and then the explosive move to the downside, or big plunge on heavy volume, note the 50% reach race, right to the declining 21-day moving average, pull back to test support, the bounce, but this whole thing is a big wedge pattern. Today it dropped 98 cents, it may be in the process of rolling over. Should it take out 72, I think this can plunge. And when you look at the overall structure of the pattern, I'm looking for mid-60s on this eventually. RNF, another nasty looking pattern. And the overall structure shows the breakdown, the wedge. This is where we first gave it to you as a short. Came down in a nice little stair-step fashion to test support and bounce the resistance, and rolled over again in a 3-wave plunge that brought it down to secondary resistance support before the current pattern here formed a rising channel or bear flag that subsequently has rolled over. It dropped $1.06 or 3.5% today, but I think it's headed not only to test the June lows around 27.5, but it could very well test the bottom of the channel around 25. Beyond that, 21.5. Solar winds is looking awfully ugly here. And if you take a look at the pattern, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4-wave move, 5-wave move down. Bear flag here, bear wedge there, and then the big plunge. Now, after that plunge, that's the best it can do. Well, it's in jeopardy of a major break if it takes out the recent lows around 35. Below that, we can see the stock plunge all the way down to the high 20s. UTEK, massive topping formation with a massive multiple bottoms in this area, right where we're at right now. A move below 28.5, and that could happen tomorrow morning, could plunge it down towards 23, and eventually more than that. Here's a weekly chart. You can see the big topping type pattern, which could test the trend line down around, yeah, like I said, 22, 23. And VTR, after a massive uptrend for 4 years, ran all the way up, spiked up into this high, and then reversed on a dime, coming from the 83 area all the way down to 65 before bouncing. However, this pattern here represents leg 1 and 2, and I believe leg 3 is underway, which should at least test the 63 area, but I'm looking for much lower than that, as this 1, 2, 3 wave move should take it down towards 57. That's my trading target for VTR. And that's it, both the long and short of it tonight. Quick and dirty. HB out. Good luck tomorrow. Be careful.